Moonbound Hearts, Episode 3. The bond awakens. Lena stayed, in a world that didn't want her, beside an alpha who couldn't afford weakness, bound to a power no one fully understood. But bonds don't stay quiet forever, and when power wakes, something always comes hunting. After the decision, the clearing stayed silent after Elias spoke. Then we do this together. Simple words. Dangerous words. Because every wolf in that clearing understood what they meant. Lena was no longer just a human girl standing in their territory. She was under the Alpha's protection. And maybe worse, she was tied to him. The Beta stepped forward. Beta, you can't just decide this. Elias didn't move. Elias, I already did. The Beta's jaw tightened. Beta, you're risking the whole pack for one outsider. Lena's eyes flicked to him. Lena, I'm standing right here. Beta, I know. He looked at her coldly. Beta, that's the problem. Elias's voice dropped. Elias, careful. The warning wasn't loud. It didn't need to be. The clearing shifted with it. The female wolf from earlier folded her arms, watching Lena like she was trying to decide where to cut first. Female wolf, she needs to be tested. Lena looked at her. Lena, do you introduce everyone here with threats, or am I special? A few wolves reacted. Not laughter exactly, but close. The woman's eyes sharpened. Female wolf. You think this is funny? Lena. No. I think it's repetitive. Elias glanced at her, almost amused. Almost. The elder raised one hand. The clearing quieted. Elder. Enough. He looked at Elias. Elder. If she stays, she must understand what this place is. Then his gaze moved to Lena. Elder. And what she is becoming. Lena swallowed. Lena. Then tell me. The elder's face darkened slightly. Elder. Not here. The elder's hut. The elder's hut sat at the edge of the clearing, half hidden beneath twisted branches and old vines. Inside, the air smelled of smoke, dried leaves, and something sharp Lena couldn't name. Bones hung from cords near the walls. Not trophies. Warnings. Elias entered first. Lena followed. The elder shut the door behind them. For the first time since entering the territory, the eyes were gone. But somehow, Lena felt less safe. The elder moved toward the fire. Elder, sit. Lena didn't. Lena, I've had a long night of being told where to stand. Elias looked at her. Elias. Lena. She looked back. Lena. What? A beat. Elias. Sit. She stared at him, then sat. Lena. Your people skills need medical attention. The corner of his mouth almost moved. The elder watched them closely. Elder. The bond is already changing him. Lena's expression shifted. Lena. What does that mean? The elder picked up a black stone from the table. It pulsed faintly in his palm. Elder. An alpha's strength comes from his pack. Their loyalty. Their fear. Their bloodline. He looked at Lena. Elder. But you are giving him something else. Lena's voice softened. Lena. I'm not giving him anything. The stone pulsed brighter. The elder's eyes narrowed. Elder. Not willingly. Elias stepped closer. Elias. Explain. The elder placed the stone on the table. Elder, when the bond reacts, his instincts sharpen. His strength rises. His control becomes harder to break. Lena looked at Elias. Lena. That sounds useful. The elder's gaze stayed fixed on her. Elder. For him. A pause. Elder. For you it may be fatal. The fire cracked sharply. Lena went still. Elias. No. The word came out immediate, hard. The elder didn't flinch. Elder. You cannot command truth away, Elias. Lena's fingers curled around the edge of the chair. Lena. What happens to me? The elder leaned forward. Elder. If the bond keeps strengthening without balance, it will pull from you every time he needs power. Lena looked at Elias again. His face had gone cold. Not angry at her, angry at the world. Lena. So I'm a battery. Elder. No. A pause. Elder. You are the spark. The first surge. Lena tried to breathe, but the room tilted slightly. The fire stretched higher. The black stone on the table began to shake. Elias noticed first. Elias. Lena? She pressed a hand to her chest. Lena. I'm fine. The stone cracked. Everyone froze. A thin silver light leaked from the break. The elder whispered something under his breath. Elder. It's responding. Lena stood too fast. The chair scraped the floor. Lena. To what? The light shot upward. Elias grabbed her wrist. The second his skin touched hers, the hut shook. SFX. Deep boom. Wolves outside shouting. Lena gasped. Elias stiffened. The silver light wrapped around their joined hands like smoke made of moonlight. For 1 second, Lena saw something impossible. A battlefield. Blood on snow. Elias on his knees. Marcus smiling. Then, her own voice, but older, colder. Vision, Lena. You should have let me go. The vision snapped away. Lena stumbled. Elias caught her. Elias. What did you see? Lena looked up at him, shaken. Lena. You. A beat. Lena. Losing. Outside, wolves began to growl. The elder moved toward the door. Elder. We have a problem. Elias didn't take his eyes off Lena. Elias. What kind? The elder opened the door. Cold night air rushed in. Elder. The kind that heard her. Something at the border. The territory erupted. Wolves moved through the clearing with sudden purpose. No panic. Only readiness. That scared Lena more. Elias pulled her with him into the open. Lena. What heard me? Elias. Stay behind me. Lena. That wasn't an answer. Elias. It was the important part. The beta ran toward them. Beta. Eastern border. 3 cents. Maybe more. Elias's expression changed. Everything human in him disappeared behind something older. Elias. Marcus. The beta shook his head. Beta. Not him. Scouts. The female wolf stepped in, already armed with a curved blade. Female wolf. They're testing us. Her eyes flicked to Lena. Female wolf. Or testing her. Lena's stomach tightened. A howl tore through the woods, closer than before. Elias turned to the beta. Elias, hold the center. Beta, you're not taking her to the border. Elias, no. A beat. Elias, she stays with you. Lena stared at him. Lena, excuse me? Elias looked at her. Elias, you'll be safer here. Lena, you just told me this place isn't safe. Elias, safer than with them. The bond pulsed. Sharp. Lena winced. Elias felt it too. His face tightened. Lena, if you leave it gets worse. The elder stepped beside them. Elder, she's right. Elias turned. Elias, don't. Elder. The bond is reacting to distance now. The beta cursed under his breath. The female wolf stared at Lena with open resentment. Female wolf. Wonderful. She's a leash. Lena looked at her. Lena. And you're still talking. Elias exhaled through his nose. Elias. She comes with me. The beta stepped closer. Beta. That's reckless. Elias's eyes flashed. Elias. That's an order. Silence. Then the beta lowered his gaze. Barely, but he did. The border attack. They moved fast. Too fast for Lena. Elias kept one hand around hers, slowing only enough to keep her upright. Branches whipped past. Roots caught at her boots. The forest no longer felt alive. It felt hungry. The female wolf ran ahead. The beta stayed behind them, not protecting Lena, watching her. They reached the eastern border where the trees thinned into a rocky slope. 3 wolves stood beyond the marked stones, not shifted, not fully human either. Their eyes burned with gold. One smiled when he saw Lena. Scout. There she is. Elias stepped in front of her. Elias. Cross the stones and die. The scout laughed softly. Scout. Marcus sends his regards. Lena felt Elias's grip tighten. Lena. Tell Marcus I'm busy. The scout's smile widened. Scout. He said you'd say something like that. That chilled her. The scout took one slow step closer, still outside the border. Scout. He also said to ask if you enjoyed the vision. Lena's blood went cold. Elias turned slightly. Elias. What vision? The scout's eyes gleamed. Scout. She didn't tell you? Lena whispered. Lena. Elias. The scout tilted his head. Scout. That's sweet. Secrets already. Elias's voice became lethal. Elias. Leave. The scout raised both hands. Scout. We will. A pause. Scout. After she hears the invitation. Lena forced herself to step beside Elias. His hand tightened, trying to keep her back. She didn't let him. Lena. I'm listening. The scout looked pleased. Scout. Marcus says Elias will drain you before he saves you. Elias growled. The ground seemed to tremble. The scout continued. Scout. He says the bond doesn't make you his mate. His eyes sharpened. Scout. It makes you his weapon. Lena's breath caught. The bond flared. Elias jerked like pain had gone through him. The scout saw it and smiled. Scout. There it is. Lena's power breaks open. The marked stones began to glow. Silver lines spread beneath Lena's feet. The beta backed away. The female wolf stared. Female wolf. What is she doing? Lena looked down. Lena, I don't know. The scout stepped closer. Scout. Come with us, Lena. Elias snarled. Elias. Say her name again. The scout ignored him. Scout. Marcus can teach you what Elias is afraid of. Lena's pulse roared in her ears. Afraid. That word hooked into her. She looked at Elias. Lena. Are you? He didn't answer fast enough. That was answer enough. The bond twisted. The glowing lines snapped outward. SFX. Explosive pulse. Every wolf near her was thrown back, except Elias. He dropped to one knee but stayed close, gripping her hand. The scouts staggered. One shifted halfway, claws tearing from his fingers. Scout. Now! They lunged. Elias moved. Fast. Brutal. He hit the first scout before Lena could blink, slamming him into a tree. The female wolf intercepted the second. The beta caught the third at the border stones. But the first scout recovered too quickly. He twisted from Elias's grip and charged straight at Lena. She froze. Not from fear. From instinct. The silver light rose around her. The scout stopped mid-lunge like an invisible hand had seized his throat. His feet lifted off the ground. Lena stared at him, horrified. Lena. Put him down! The power didn't listen. The scout choked. Elias turned. Elias. Lena. Lena. I said put him down. The light vanished. The scout crashed to the ground. For 1 second, no one moved. Then the scout laughed weakly. Scout. She's going to break beautifully. Elias crossed the space and struck him hard enough to silence him. Aftermath at the border. The scouts were dragged away from the stones. Alive. Barely. Lena stood where the silver lines had burned into the earth. Her hands shook. Elias approached carefully, like she was something wounded or dangerous. She hated that she didn't know which. Elias. Lena. She stepped back. His expression tightened. Lena. Don't. Elias. You didn't hurt anyone who wasn't trying to hurt you. Lena. I lifted him off the ground without touching him. A beat. Lena. That feels like a detail we shouldn't decorate. The beta stared at the burned stones. Beta. She can't stay in the center. Elias turned sharply. Elias. Watch your next words. The beta didn't back down. Beta. You saw what happened. The female wolf wiped blood from her mouth. Female wolf. For once, he's right. Lena looked at her. Lena, you must be thrilled. The woman's expression hardened. Female wolf. No. A pause. Female wolf. I'm scared. That landed differently. Because it was honest. The elder arrived slowly behind them, his face grim. He looked at the glowing marks fading in the dirt. Elder. This wasn't an attack. Elias frowned. Elias. They crossed on Marcus's command. The elder shook his head. Elder. They were bait. Lena's throat tightened. Lena. For what? The elder looked at her. Elder. To make you open the door. Marcus receives the sign. Far beyond Elias's border, Marcus stood before a shallow pool of black water. The surface rippled. Silver light moved beneath it. One of his pack members watched nervously. Pack member. Did it work? Marcus smiled. Marcus. She answered. The water shimmered. For a moment, Lena's face appeared in the surface. Frightened, powerful, unaware. Marcus reached down and touched the reflection. Marcus. Poor thing. A pause. Marcus. He's going to make you afraid of yourself. The pack member shifted. Pack member. And then Marcus looked toward the dark trees. Marcus. Then I become the only one who isn't. The silver light in the water flickered. Marcus's smile faded slightly. Because behind Lena's reflection, Elias appeared. Watching. As if he could see him. Marcus slowly removed his hand from the water. Marcus. Interesting. The pack turns. When they returned to the clearing, the pack already knew. News moved faster than footsteps here. Lena felt the shift immediately. Before, they had disliked her. Now they feared her. Fear was worse. Fear had teeth. A man stepped forward from the crowd. Pack wolf. She attacked our own. Elias stopped walking. Elias. She defended the border. Another voice cut in. Second wolf. She threw pack members too. The beta said nothing. That silence hurt more than accusation. Lena looked around. Lena. I didn't mean to. The first wolf scoffed. Pack wolf. That makes it better? Elias moved forward. Elias. Enough! But this time, the word didn't settle the clearing. The pack kept murmuring. The female wolf stepped beside Lena, surprising everyone. Female wolf. She lost control because Marcus provoked the bond. Lena looked at her. Lena. Are you defending me? Female wolf. Don't make it sentimental. A beat. Female wolf. I'm defending accuracy. The beta finally spoke. Beta. She still needs containment. Elias's eyes flashed. Elias. No cages. Beta. I didn't say cage, Lena. You heavily implied cage. The elder raised his voice. Elder. She needs training. Everyone quieted. The elder looked at Elias. Elder. And distance will make the bond unstable. The beta's face tightened. Beta. So what do you suggest? The elder's answer came slowly. Elder. She stays in the Alpha house. Silence. Then chaos. Voices rose at once. Elias looked at Lena. Lena looked back. Lena. Is that bad? The female wolf gave a humorless laugh. Female wolf. It means everyone will think you're his. Lena blinked. Lena. Oh. Elias's voice was quiet. Elias. You don't have to. The bond pulsed between them. Not painful this time. Warm. Terrifyingly certain. Lena looked at the crowd, then at Elias. Lena. I'm getting really tired of letting people decide what I mean. A pause. Lena. I'll stay there. The clearing went still. Elias held her gaze. The beta looked away. The female wolf smiled faintly. Female wolf. Well, A beat. Female wolf. That should make dinner unbearable. The Alpha House. The Alpha House stood above the clearing, built into the roots of an enormous ancient tree. Inside, it was warmer than Lena expected. Not soft, not welcoming, but lived in. Maps covered one wall, weapons lined another. A fire burned low beneath a stone mantle scratched with old symbols. Elias entered first, then stopped like he had just realized what this meant. Lena stepped in behind him. The door closed. For the first time all night, they were alone. The silence grew teeth. Lena looked around. Lena. So, a beat, Lena. Very cozy, in a murder cabin sort of way. Elias leaned back against the table. Elias. It's not a murder cabin. Lena glanced at the weapons. Lena. You have 12 knives on one wall. Elias. 14. Lena. That correction made it worse. His mouth twitched. Then the almost smile faded. Elias. You should have told me about the vision. Lena's expression sobered. Lena. I was still deciding whether it was a vision or my brain filing a formal complaint. Elias. What did you see? She hesitated. The fire popped. Lena. You were on your knees. Elias went still. Lena. There was snow. Blood. Marcus was there. A beat. Lena. And I said... She looked down. Elias. What? Her voice lowered. Lena. I said you should have let me go. Elias said nothing. Lena looked up. Lena. Does that mean something? His jaw tightened. Elias. It means Marcus wants you scared. Lena. That's not what I asked. He pushed away from the table. Elias. Visions aren't fixed. Lena. You're doing that thing again. Elias. What thing? Lena. Answering near the question and hoping I won't notice. He looked at her. She looked right back. Finally, he exhaled. Elias. If the bond keeps growing, there may come a point where breaking it hurts you. Lena's voice was very quiet. Lena. How much? He didn't answer. Her face changed. Lena. Oh. Elias stepped closer. Elias. I won't let it get there. Lena. You keep saying things like that. Elias. Because I mean them. Lena. That doesn't make them possible. The words hung between them. Then, SFX. Sudden knock at the door. Both turned. Elias's eyes narrowed. Elias. Who is it? A familiar female voice answered. Female wolf. Someone saving you from an awkward silence. Lena glanced at Elias. Lena. I like her more now. Elias opened the door. The female wolf stood there with folded arms. Female wolf. Training starts now. Lena blinked. Lena. Now. The woman smiled. Not kindly. Female wolf. You nearly strangled a scout with moonlight. A pause. Female wolf. So yes. The mark. Lena took one step toward the door, then stopped. A burning sensation spread across her wrist. She looked down. Silver lines appeared beneath her skin. Thin. Beautiful. Wrong. Elias saw it at the same time. His face went pale. The female wolf stepped back. Female wolf. What is that? The elder's voice came from behind her in the doorway. Elder. No! Lena's breathing quickened. Lena. Someone tell me what's happening. The mark pulsed. Once. Twice. Then another mark appeared. On Elias's wrist, matching hers exactly. The entire house fell silent. The elder whispered. Elder. The bond has chosen. SFX. Distant wolf howl turns darker, closer. Music. Dramatic rise. Narrator. Lena came into the Alpha's world as an outsider. But now the bond had marked her, claimed her, changed her, and far beyond the border, Marcus felt it too. Because the moment the bond chose, the war truly began. Trositier. Narrator. The bond has awakened. The pack is divided. And Marcus is closer than anyone knows. Like, subscribe, and get ready for episode 4. Because Lena's training is about to reveal what she really is.